Hello, 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 and welcome back to my channel. So glad that you're here. And like the title says, we are going to dive into a journey that I have been on for the past year. And honestly, it's just going to be a journey for life. I am so committed to it. But I feel like this is going to be a very helpful series. And I really feel like it's helpful to hear stories like my own about my weight loss journey in your mid 40s, what that's like, and also to just be real about what's been working for me. So I started my weight loss journey about a year ago. I started in January 2025, and let it be known that you can stick to New Year's resolutions, because my weight loss journey started on New Year's Day. Like, I was just like, yeah, this is the year that like I'm really going to get serious about my weight loss journey, and I'm really going to get serious about doing the things and building the habits that are going to be a routine in my life to sustain a healthy lifestyle and a healthy weight. And so I started January 2025 at probably 239, around 239, 238. For the record, I'm 5'10 and a half-ish. And so, so I was 238, 239, actually 239. And as of now, the end of March, I am 213 pounds. So I've been putting in that work. And not only that, but overall, I have lost maybe 28 inches, 27, 28 inches throughout my whole body. So that's like every measurement: thighs, bust, waist, hip, arms. So I've actually lost more inches. Like, I feel like I've had more of a significant movement in the inches as opposed to the actual weight, which is good because I'm more in the body recomp space than I am in like weight loss, right? So it makes me happy, and I've done it all naturally, and your girl has the receipts to prove it. So stay tuned for this series where I will definitely be pulling the receipts. So I started my weight loss journey, like I said, in January, specifically because coming off of the heels of my sabbatical, I just was eating such fresh food in Europe was like a jolt to my system. Like, it was a jolt to my system. I had lost weight and didn't even try. And it was because of the food and also eating more whole foods, right? And then throughout all my travels and going back and forth, and just everything I was doing in my travels, and all the walking I was doing, and hiking that I did at some locations, made me realize, like, I really want to be as healthy and in the best physical state that I can be, and fitness level that I can be, for as long as I can be, especially at this age. You know, I really felt like for myself, it was really like a turning point of like, okay, yeah, I always wanted to shed a few pounds and get summertime fine, right? Yeah, that's true. But now I just wanted to be able to be healthy and sustain my health and my strength for as long as I can from here into my 50s and 60s. And I figured, if that's the case, I really want to start now. I want to start now, and I want to start building the habits. And I started this journey very differently than I've started my start and stop of weight loss stuff in the past. I started it with the mindset that I'm not getting fine or slimmer or trimmer for an occasion or an event or a trip. Like, I'm doing this for life. So I think once I had that mindset shift, I didn't really ever feel like, I didn't feel this fake pressure. What I felt was a pressure to have the routine that could be sustainable, not like this pressure to get to a certain goal by a certain time, but more of a pressure of is this something that I can sustain for a long period of time to have the lifestyle that I want and look the way that I want in the long run? Like, that's really how I was feeling about it. So I'll tell you now the main things that have worked for me. And you're probably going to listen to these and say, okay, yeah, we know this. And that's possible, but are you doing it? Are you doing it? Okay? Because I'm telling you, the game changers for me have been very simple. It has been tracking like my life depends on it. I track everything in my Fitness Pal, which is the app that I use particularly. I track every single thing. I mean, down to the teaspoon of honey on my yogurt. I track that. Like, I track everything. I'm very clear now on what my macros are and what my calories are based on what my maintenance calories are. So I did work with a coach, and shout out to Nitra. I worked with a coach for a few months to really hone in on that range for me that will let me be clear on what my calorie deficit is to have fat loss, and then also what like my maintenance is. So I'm very clear on that range for myself, and that for me goes from 1,500 calories to, like, honestly, I could go up to 1,600, but I really try to stay closer to 1,500. If I have like a day that I'm eating a little bit more, it might go up to like the 1580s, but it's not going to go over 1,600. That is my range right there for fat loss in terms of my calories. And in terms of my macros, I know the numbers, and so that's really the game changer. So I know that my proteins are always going to be at 150 grams. On the low end, my carbs are going to be at 90. If I need to go up a little bit more because I've done a lot more activity that day, or I was lifting heavier that day, then it can go up to 100, but it doesn't go over that. That's like my max. And then my fat stays at about 60 grams. So I think knowing the numbers has made the difference for me in the year. My workouts, honestly, I keep it really simple. I keep it very simple. I don't do any of that like fun stuff you see on like on Instagram Reels or on TikTok. I keep it really basic with my hip thrust, my squats, my different hinge movements, my chest press. I just do the real basic movements, and to not overwhelm myself, I rely on the Ladder Fitness app. And I love it because I'm able to track my progressive overload, and I'm also able to track the heaviest I'm lifting, or how many sets I'm able to get, how many reps I'm able to get into a set. I think that's the way it goes. But I like it because the plans are made for me based on what I'm focused on. And for me, I'm generally focused on lower body strength training, but also I've really gotten into upper body strength training, which I'm starting to love even more than lower body right now. But anyhow, so it's generally it's 5 days a week, but I've recently just scaled back to 4 days a week because I have a lot going on in like what's going on with my business and some other things that I'm doing. So at the max, it's 5 days a week, and that's going to be 3 lower body strength training days and 2 upper body strength training days. And my scale back is going to be 4, and it's a 2 split, 2 lower body and 2 upper body days. And that's like real strength training. Like, I'm not doing any aerobic strength training. Like, it's really each time trying to lift heavier with each set. That's what I'm focused on. And I get my cardio in through my steps. So I'm always going to get between 8 and 10K steps. When I first started back in between January and like March of last year, I was at about 8K steps. And then once I got through like first quarter and I got into like second quarter, then I really was just like, no, I need to get to 10K steps like consistently. So that took me a while because some months I was better with it. But either way, I always kind of danced in that space of between 8K steps and 10K steps. So getting my steps in is really important. I drink my water, and I drink like maybe 90 ounces of water, at least a day. 90 ounces is the goal. Some days it dips for whatever reason, and I'm like at 60 ounces, and I'm like, oh, I need to get it up because 90 ounces is the minimum I should be having. What else has been the game changer? What else has been, I'm consistent. Yeah, that honestly has been the biggest win for me as of, when I think back to last year, my consistency has blown me away. Listen, I was displaced from my apartment and I still got in, I think, 3 strength training workouts that week. And I still got steps in. I mean, I got my steps in because I was all over the place and doing things to like find a new place to stay. But either way, I have been blown away by my consistency. And that really was like, that was really the big like goal and intention for me, was that I really wanted to just be able to have a routine and something that is a part of me and like my habit. Like right now I kind of strained my lower back, and so I haven't really been able to lift very heavy this week for my second lower body day. Like I just couldn't lift at all because I feel like I kind of strained it. And I'm like, oh, going into the next week and thinking, oh my God, I won't be able to lift heavy. I probably shouldn't be lifting at all because I don't want to agitate it. And I'm already starting to feel like, oh no, I'm going to miss it. So I've definitely gotten to the space where it's my identity. Like it's my identity. And not my soul identity, of course not, but like it's who I am, it's what I do. And that's really where I really wanted to be, in that space, because I know if I could get into that space, then I can consistently do it and I can get to my goal. So that's the question. What is my goal? So it's kind of hard to say, but if I had to put a number on it, the weight goal is like between 175 and 180. That's kind of like where I feel like that's where I feel like I want to be. But then again, I'm not even really sure, because I might achieve the aesthetic look that I want at like 190, 195. I don't know. I'm tall, so that there's that too. But either way, that if I had to quantitatively describe it, that's what I would share in terms of like the weight goal. And then body fat percentage wise. So last July I did a DEXA scan, and if you haven't done it, look it up, do it. I highly recommend it. And I'll talk a little bit about it also in this series, because I feel like the DEXA scan is the way to go to really know where you are and then where you want to be, because it really looks at your true body fat percentage of your body fat, how much of that percentage is visceral fat. It also even could tell you, like, based on your body now, what is your natural age? Like, what is the age based on your body right now, body as it is right now? But when I took that DEXA scan in July, I was at 40% body fat. And I said, no, let me get out of here, because that is very, very much unhealthy. So my goal is to be like between 35, to be between maybe 25 and 30 in terms of body fat percentage. So that's like a marker that I'm more closely like looking at, actually, is my body fat percentage. So I'll be taking another DEXA scan soon to be able to see how far I've come in terms of like body fat and then muscle mass, because it also measures that. So that's pretty much my goals as it is right now. It's really just to be consistent. I really want to be consistent in terms of what I do on a daily basis, of what I eat, that I'm eating more whole foods with less things in the ingredients, just 1 or 2 ingredients in it, if not a single ingredient food. That's the focus. And really just to make it a part of my life. Like now I'm even thinking about, what kind of physical activity that can I do for fun? Do I want to pick up pickleball? Do I want to learn golf? Like, yeah, that's where I am now. And for me, it's like a big achievement, because I was not there like a year ago, So I'm going to insert pictures, some videos, so that you can see my progress over the year, and stay tuned. I can't wait to share more about this, because I have a lot to share in terms of like some things that I picked up and tweaked along the way that really, really helped me. So if you're on your fitness journey and you're in your 40s and you are like serious about it and trying to stay motivated and stay inspired, tune in, check out my videos. I think you will feel inspired and seen. So thank you for watching today's video.